In this episode, we're going to talk about 3 more big profit amplifiers, things that if you institute and infuse into your business, I can almost promise you they're going to have an impact on profitability. This is for VPs of sales, CEOs, and salespeople who are paid on profit or who care about it. Glad you're here. Hey, Bill Caskey back. You can find out more about some of the things that we do if you want to go to billcaskey.com. If you're a VP of sales, CEO, president of a company, and you want to speak with me live about how I might be able to help some of your sales team, be happy to do that. Go to billcaskey.com. In today's video, though, today's episode, I want to talk about 3 more what I have referred to as big profit amplifiers. And we've been through this over the last 3 episodes. If you haven't watched the first 3 episodes, I would encourage you to start and find out what this is all about, because there were 4, 5, 6 really good ideas here. Today, we're going to talk about numbers 10 through 12. So this is the 4th in the episode series. Number 10, the 10th big profit amplifier, is you must have some sort of a problem-focused, rigorous assessment. Now, if you're just shipping products and a person calls you and says, hey, I need 10 of XYZ SKU number, you're probably not going to do an assessment for that order. I understand that. But if you're a CPA, if you're a SaaS organization, if you're a consultant, a coach, if you're selling a big ticket item, something that takes a lot of time to sort through and to understand the objectives of the clients, then my recommendation is to do an assessment. These things are easy to put together. It costs no money. Basically, what you're doing is you're writing down on a piece of paper the types of questions that would help you and your potential customer know if there's a fit here. Just imagine if somebody paid you $5,000 for an assessment before that person bought something. What would you ask them? What would your goals be? What are you trying to accomplish? What are some of the struggles that you've had in the past in trying to solve this problem? Whatever those questions are, turn it into an assessment. And I think what you'll find is that your people, and I'm speaking to people, CEOs and VPs of sales here, your people will be much more inclined to ask those questions if it's packaged in an assessment format. You don't have to charge for the assessment, but here's one thing I think you should do. If you go this route and you create some type of a rigorous upfront assessment, have a recommendation or a findings document that you deliver to the potential customer. So you would say to them, look, one of the things that we do up front is we run an assessment. It takes about an hour of my time and your time, and then I come back and talk to some of our analysts, and I provide you with a findings and recommendation document. And then at the end of that, I can tell you how or if I can help you solve the problem. So think about an assessment as part of the sales process. So why does a rigorous assessment improve profitability? Think about it. More clarity on their part, more clarity on your part. The solution is targeted. They are engaged. They see that you are appreciating their circumstance and plight, and you have a solution that fits perfectly. You can charge higher dollars for that because it fits spot on with where they are. So that's how you get to profit amplification from a rigorous assessment. The number 11 big profit amplifier is expand by penetrating. I had a client about 5 years ago came to me, and we had worked together in the past with some of his sales team, and he had a brand new sales team, and he wanted me to come in and work with them. And we typically do a 6-month to 1-year package. And so I was talking to him, and I said, well, tell me what your goals are for this. He said, we need $7 million of top-line revenue in the next 12 months. And we've been kind of stagnating over the last couple of years, but we need to add $7 million. I said, okay, great. Where is that going to come from? And he said, all new logos. All of that will come from new logos, people that we don't do business with now. And I said, okay, why is that? And he stopped and goes, well, what do you mean, why is that? I said, well, how many customers do you have currently active in the state that he was operating in? He said, about 3,000. I said, you have 3,000 current customers? I said, could you sell them more, or are they tapped out? Thinking that, well, I don't want to go down that path if they're buying everything from me. He goes, oh no, we could sell them a lot more. We probably only sell them 20% of what they're buying generally, and the other 80% they're buying from our competition. I said, okay, so let me see if I have this, think about it properly. You have 3,000, or I can't remember what the number was. It was a lot of thousands customers already. You're selling them 20% of what they could buy. You're looking for $7 million. Is that $7 million, could it be found in your current clients? He said, I never thought about that. He said, of course it can. So we set out over the next 90 days, all we did was connect with current clients, current customers. And over the next year, we got that $7 million. Now you say, well, geez, wouldn't he have thought of that? He's a smart dude. Yes, he was a smart guy. He was the owner of the company. And he acted as VP of sales too. He was a great guy. He ended up selling the company for multiples, but he was a great guy. He was a brilliant guy. But sometimes we just miss things. So my recommendation here is think about with your own team, are there other ways that you can penetrate your current customers deeper, broader, wider? Do you have other things to sell? If you do, forget new logos for a while. Go there. It's easier to get somebody to tell you what their problems are if they already know you. It's much more profitable. That's why it's a big profit amplifier, because that revenue is much more profitable than going out to a brand new customer. Number one, the selling costs are a lot lower. Number two, your margins are higher because you can charge more, because you're a known quantity. Big profit amplifier number 12. Your people need a customer acquisition system. Not relying on when your people decide it's in their best interest to make a cold call, not when the funnel is empty. It's when a lot of prospecting happens, is when the pipeline is empty. Oh my gosh, we are out of customers and we're going to have a shortfall in Q4. Better get on the phones, man the phones, blitz. No, have a system, have a lead generation discussion system that always is at work, bringing new prospects, new potential customers into the sphere. It could be a funnel of some kind. Maybe you have a giveaway each quarter, where each quarter you write a document that's extremely valuable. It could be a white paper, it could be a video series, it could be a document, it could be a checklist, but you've got to have something out there working for you all the time. Don't rely on your sales team to muster the emotional strength and mental toughness to make cold calls all the time. Why would you do that? There are other ways. Get your marketing people in a room and say, look, we need a funnel that's going to generate more prospects for our pipeline, and give them 2 hours to come back to you and say, here's what we've come up with. Don't give them 6 months. Give them 2 hours. And if your marketing department does not understand sales funnels, you got the wrong marketing department. Your salespeople, I encourage salespeople to understand marketing funnels. They're the ones that are going to pay the price if there's no prospects and reap the rewards if there are. So everybody in your organization needs to understand what a marketing funnel is. If you don't know, I don't have time to tell you about it now. Go to Google, YouTube, understand marketing funnels. But that's a good way to generate consistent leads. Also, social media. Are your people using social media? Why not? LinkedIn's free. Why aren't your people posting content on LinkedIn that makes the phone ring? I do it maybe not every day, but 3 or 4 times a week. And after a couple of weeks, the phone starts ringing. Things start happening. People reach out and they say, hey, I saw your post on this. I want you to come in and work with my team. It costs me no money. There's no advertising, although you could. But I want you to create a lead generation system, a client acquisition system. If you're not, and if you're relying on your people, good luck. It's hard to scale that way. Here's how you'll have to scale. Add more people, add more people, add more people. Some will leave, some will stay. Sometimes the good ones leave, sometimes the bad ones stay. You've got to get a lead generation system separate from your sales team. So I hope that has helped you today. I've given you 3. I've given you expand by penetrating into your client base more. I've given you, the first one actually was rigorous assessment. Make sure your people and your marketing team and you are creating an assessment so that for high ticket sales, there's an audit or survey of some type. And number 3, a lead generation system that does not rely on salespeople to get up on the right side of the bed, make that call, find that needle in the haystack by calling 1,000 people and hoping that one will say yes. Don't do it that way. It's old. All right. Next week, our final video. I've got numbers 13, 14, and 15. I will see you then. By the way, if you want to speak to me live, go to billcaskey.com. Happy to jump on a call. I'm harmless. I'm not a threat at all. I just chat with people. If you want to talk more about how I can work with you, great. If you don't, that's fine too. billcaskey.com. See ya.